Welcome to the Moms for Wellness podcast on SM Enlightenment Radio or TV. This is a podcast for moms who are passionate about being healthy and who are leading their kids to do the same. Welcome back, Mama. Today is the second episode in our series with our fabulous guest, Shirley Amata, where we are dishing on all the tips and tricks of getting started in a healthy living lifestyle. So if you missed the last episode, go back and listen to episode 70 with Shirley. It's all about getting started, how to take those baby steps. And let me tell you, the mic was dropped. You were given so many ideas and thoughts and truly baby steps, just incrementally getting started into this healthy living lifestyle. And today we are going to continue further into our journey of wellness and talk about all the tough, sticky situations that we run into while doing life. Yes, all those tempting situations that make us want to throw in the towel and give up on the healthy living habits that we just started. Yes, we are talking about eating out and how do we navigate that. So my guest is back, Shirley Amata. Shirley is a health and wellness expert for over 30 years, and she's back as my amazing guest. Shirley is a NOW coach, N-O-W, based in Austin, Texas, who believes in optimizing wellness through natural options and teaches people how to manage their personal health. She shares her experiences and educates others on the relationship between eating, exercising, and energizing to lead a life of abundance. Her passion for helping others comes from her own health journey, including her daughter's diagnosis with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. Shirley's purpose is to empower people to take charge of their health and wellness journey. She holds an MS in education, a BA in psychology, several certifications in health and fitness, coached all ages and wellness stages, and has competed in triathlons and other races. She enjoys reading, writing, music, cooking, podcasts, power naps, outdoor activities, and spending quality time with loved ones. Please help me welcome Shirley Amata.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here.
Me too. It's good to be back.
Yay. So last episode was great. It was absolutely amazing. So we've gotten started and now we get some curveballs thrown at us, right? Like eating out. So help us.
Okay. Well, and I know it happens, right? And we talked a little bit about how busy we get, and that's just our life. We get so busy that we need to run out, eat out, pick up food for the kids, or even if it's, now that we're out of COVID, we want to go back out. We want to eat together. We want to be social together. So I'm going to just start with a few points just to get, listeners out there thinking. That's all. And then we'll kind of get started. So studies have shown, we know that something's following good with that, right? That people who eat in more have a much healthier diet. Really no surprise.
Yeah.
If you're healthier, your attitude and your mood is reflected and that you're happier. People who eat out have higher amounts of sodium, saturated fat, total fat, and overall calories. So
why am I not surprised?
And just by listening that, that just, unfolds unhealthy.
Yeah.
So not to say, I'm not saying don't shut us down, don't shut us off. I'm not saying don't eat out. I always have a solution.
We love solutions.
But know that what we eat has such a profound effect on our health.
Yes.
Food is most certainly our medicine. And it can trigger certain things. So dietary habits can influence disease. Simple as that.
Yes.
Certain foods can trigger chronic health conditions, and other foods can have more of a medicinal effect, more protective qualities. So in just knowing that, and I feel like that type of education and kind of just let that resonate, it's really going to help you make these certain decisions when you're out. So whether you are, eating out or eating in, you're going to use the NOW philosophy. Super simple, super easy. So NOW stands for Natural Option Wellness. And what I put together is exactly a list of what that means. Like all the things that are natural, all the things that give you the options, and all the things that give you the wellness. So for natural, fresh, can't go wrong with fresh, real, authentic. Everything should be organic if possible. You want these foods to be nutritional dense because that's where you're going to get the most benefits. No chemicals, no artificial additives, and we'll go into that in another point. And from the ground and has a parent. I love this one. From the ground. It has to come from the ground and it has to have a mother or a father. All right, that makes it pretty easy on what you're going to be eating. Options are key. I love my choices. I love variety. I want you to have it too so that you never get bored. Variety, diversity, choices. So go with, you probably have heard people say, try a rainbow of things. Make your plate like very artistic, very colorful. Those give you the diversity and the variety. And change things out, including where you're going out maybe to eat or where you're doing your grocery shopping. Give yourself this variety. Give yourself all these different options. And then how does this all come together to affect your wellness? Well, in the list. It's a holistic approach. And really what that means is we are looking at food, we're looking at exercise, we're looking at balancing all of these attributes for you that lead to a healthier you together in one approach. We're bringing it all together. It's the quintessential questions that we talked about on the last episode. And it's also, here's part of wellness: balancing and managing your emotional, your environmental, your intellectual, your occupational, your physical, your social, and your spiritual. Those are your wellness. So you're really trying to feed all of that. So I get it. If you need to go out because you're just stressed, your week has been hard and you want to break, you don't want to cook, you don't want to clean, or maybe you don't even like cooking, right? And you're going to go out. I completely understand.
Yes.
But if you look at food still, even when you're out, as food is your medicine, and there's these little tweaks. Remember that all of the ones for N. You want to think of two acronyms that I put together for you, and you can follow the food and also the crap. We are actually
Yes, I love this. If you can't remember this, I don't know how we can help you. This is so perfect.
You're going to go with eating the now foods and you're going to cut the crap, my friends. So whether you're eating in or out, this applies. So F for food, fruits and vegetables. Choose more fruits and vegetables on your plate. Skip the potatoes or the rice, or unless it's like a whole wheat. But if it's a lot of grain, more than likely it's too much and you don't need it. Skip the bread, skip the chips. Come on, you can do it. Choose some of the fruits and the vegetables. Organic lean proteins. So your best proteins when you're out are going to be grilled, are going to be broiled, and are going to be baked. Stay away from the fried. Okay. So choosing something with that, and then omega-3s. Big fan of omega-3s because they're your superpower for your health, and that can be your fish. But if you don't want to do your fish, you can get them in your Brussels sprouts. You can get them in your plant oils. You can get them in nuts. You can even get them in some of the fruits and berries. So if that's on your plate to go for, then do that. And the D is simple. I know that when you want to go out, you are probably going to want, maybe from Texas here, we're going to want that margarita for sure. But you know what? Skinny it down and drink more water. So I'm not saying you can't enjoy your glass of wine. I am just negotiating here that I would like you to just drink more water. So make sure you're going through the water. How about this? Go through your water more than your wine.
Trade out the W.
Yes, exactly. That's all. And that's what it is. If you're going to go out, you're compromising, right? And I'm not saying you can't have anything,
right.
but because I don't like that. I don't like restrictions. I don't like when it's like, no, you can't do that. You have to count calories. Absolutely not. Because the end goal here is to make all these different choices to ensure that it's lifestyle, ongoing. So we've got time because we're going to live this long, healthy life together.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to how you started the very first episode. I loved that when you said health and wellness and health is the right now, the immediate getting well from
Yeah.
getting, over the illness or the injury or whatever.
Yes.
And then the wellness is the ongoing, the long term. And I
It's
just
the
thought that was such a
process.
beautiful way of talking about that. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the long term. So you
Yes.
are going to eat out. This is going to happen. It's
Mhm.
just choose a better decision. Or if you're going to have one of those bad ones, don't make all of them in the same meal, because then you're just going to feel like crap. Like you're just going to
Yes.
feel awful.
Absolutely. And you'll see,
Yeah.
I say in one of those, to cut the crap.
Mm-hmm.
And the crap is crap. And if
Yeah.
you can cut it just a little bit when you go out, a little bit, it'll still make a great impact on your health and your
Yeah.
wellness. So the crap is all the chemicals, you guys, and the
Mm.
chemicals is the palm oil, the high fructose corn not syrup, the high fructose corn syrup, the sodium nitrates. The R is your refined sugars. This is the white stuff. This is the white flour, the rice, the pasta, the bread, the desserts, the baked goods, the crackers, the soda, the salad, the dressings, the processed sugars, all of that refined cutting. Share a dessert maybe instead of just having your full dessert. Okay. If you have to have that bread when it comes out so warm in the beginning, you know what? Don't have all of it, have half of it. So we're cutting the crap. You decide how to manage that. The A is the artificial anything, and that's sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners are terrible for us.
Mm.
Colors. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but the dyes, the blue, green, red, yellow, not good on our thyroid, our kidney, our bladder. Sometimes MSG is added, and that's a flavor enhancer. So we're trying to completely avoid cutting down, right? At least for starters, on all that. And then P is for preservatives. If you think about, the things like the cans and the boxes, have you seen some of the dates?
Oh
Oh,
my gosh, it's
it's like,
insane.
yes, 2028. Okay, all
It's
right,
like,
let's
how
do
does
these.
it stay okay that long? Like,
If
what is really in
it,
there? Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Mhm. If
Like, what
it
is going
can
on?
stay fresh, is that even
Yeah.
possible? How
Yeah.
natural is that?
Yeah.
And that is my whole wellness. It's about choosing
Mm-hmm.
natural options for your wellness. So something that has preservatives that can maintain freshness,
Mm-hmm.
stay in a can or in a box for years, it's not going to be good for your body. There are substances that they use to prevent food from decaying. So now we're ingesting those substances. And these are the substances that can be triggers for disease, can increase the obesity. This crap also, when people say they have migraines,
Yes.
headaches, when they have a blurred vision, even when they feel the bad fatigue, not the good fatigue where you just want to have a really good night's sleep, where you
Mm-hmm.
feel sluggish and drained,
Yeah.
where you feel bloated, indigestion, um, all of that. Or the reverse happens from fatigue. You suddenly feel hyperactive, but you
Yeah.
have no clarity.
Yeah.
You can't feel like, right, your brain's not
Mm-hmm.
on its best behavior for you. And a lot of times these triggers are also triggers for things like asthma
Yeah.
or arthritis,
Mm-hmm.
ADHD, so many other things. And these are things that are in our food.
Yes.
So it's so important to kind of get on, not to kind of, to get on
Yeah.
the
To
page,
get on board.
get on board, to
Yes.
kind of make these changes, maybe. No, we've got to commit to making the
Make them.
changes.
Yes.
And, it does take, and you've heard me talk about it, it takes the three ingredients of the direction and the drive and the discipline to do it. But stick with the healthy foods, stick with natural options for your wellness, going through that list of just what is natural. And truly, whether you are cooking in your kitchen or whether you're eating out, if you're eating that way, again, no restrictions, but just choosing the direction, your journey for wellness. That's how you get there. And it's step by step in time. And like we had said, wellness is the process. Health is the goal that you're creating, right?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
to prevent yourself from that injury, to prevent yourself
Mm-hmm.
from getting any type of illness. So you pair them up. You make these minor and these small changes, and then eventually they just become part of your nature, and
I
it just
love it.
folds and unfolds naturally.
Yeah, and as you are doing that, then you do start feeling better, and you feel those internal changes, and you're like, "Oh." And that in and of itself is motivating. Then you're like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to feel this way. I didn't know I could feel this way. And I'm like, oh, I like that feeling. So then that gives me more motivation to continue
Yeah.
choosing these
Yeah.
wellness options, because like I like the way I feel when I eat that way.
Mm-hmm. And you'll see yourself not only having some more of that great energy, but your mood, because food
Yeah.
affects
Oh, yeah.
our mood. I used to laugh all the time when my girls, they if they were to have ice cream, and this is still for me too. My stomach feels horrible. I feel so sluggish. I have a food hangover. And listeners, how many of you go out, right? And when you come home, you just have a food hangover. You can't move and you still
Yeah.
have it the next day or the next morning.
Yeah, exactly. And
But cut the
and
crap.
I yeah, exactly. Just cut the crap. Just that's the bottom line. Just cut the crap.
Eat the
That's
now foods.
yes, I love it. Oh, I that's so good. Eat the now foods and cut the crap. I think that is such an amazing acronym. Such that is definitely going to stick with us and help
Mm-hmm.
us to think of the now options, the natural option for wellness. And that's phenomenal. Thank you so much, Shirley. This is just so amazing. Amazing, very practical, very put into our lifeable tips.
Right?
I just made that up.
Doable.
But it's just doable. It's doable.
Yeah.
Doable. Totally actionable. So, again, how can people, if they missed it on the last episode or is just joining us for this one with you, how can people get in touch with you? How can they learn more from you? Well, we have more episodes together too, so hang on for those. But how can they get in touch with you?
Well, I would love them to join me on Instagram, and I am at Now with Shirley. And feel free, if you missed the last episode, you can reach out to me via email, and that's just Shirley at Natural Option Wellness. And I will send you, it's almost like a journal entry where you can self assess and go through the quintessential questions. And we brought that up too under the wellness
Yeah.
column. And that really helps just with this process of getting started.
I love it. There is just so much packed in there. So phenomenal. So thank you again, Shirley, for being my guest today. This
Thank
is just
you.
amazing, so helpful. So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's a wrap. Thanks for joining me on SM Enlightenment Radio or TV, or joining me on the Moms for Wellness podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the Moms for Wellness podcast and leave a 5-star rating or review. It really is helpful and we would be so grateful. I'm Jenny. Have a good one.